I'm Joey Chestnut, world champion competitive eater, and you're watching Bay Area Sports Rap.
20 years of Major League service today. What can you say about the ride and being able to walk off with the win today?
I mean, it's a long journey, a lot of ups and downs. My life has changed a lot. I've changed a lot. I don't know. Just 20 years is, it's not about the service time. It's just about that chunk of my life and looking back and where I started to where I am now, off the field particularly. And it's pretty special, to have that perspective. Yeah, that was a special game. That was one of the more fun games in a regular season I've been a part of. Obviously, we know where we're at. And, playing the Dodgers here at home. Just one of those games that had a bit of a playoff atmosphere to it from the beginning. And one of those games that you just never know who's going to step up and make a great play, great at bat. Grant, the throw in right field, wasn't even in the game. It was one of the biggest plays of the game, and you'd have to ask him, but it feels like a pretty big play in his career at this point. It's pretty exciting to do that in a playoff chase. And obviously Patty with the big grand slam there to walk it off. It just feels good.
How about for you personally to get your ERA under 4? Now you're 3.94 in your ERA.
It is. I don't know. That's great. Happy. Just happy to be pitching better and be able to hopefully help us win here down the stretch. Yeah, that was sick. That was obviously saved a run there in a game, and so I told the guys after the game, these playoff games, the margins are really tight. You never know what's going to help you win a game or what's not. And, one run can be the biggest difference in the world. It doesn't work that way over 162 games. It just doesn't. But when the games really matter, the margins get tighter, and those plays are exponentially big. That was huge for us. One of the best plays I've had third base with me. Be able to straight this 6, 7. Yeah, it feels nice. I would rather to have had it click earlier, but I guess incessantly trying to find it, whatever it is, has helped. I told you guys who starts back that I thought I found something in the bullpen that really helped me, and really that thought that I had more just kind of changed the way the ball's coming out of my hand. It's been great. So, I sure loved to have had it happen sooner, but better late than never.
This is the third outing in a row where you've had either given up one run or less. Last time that happened was in 2022. Is this starting to feel like 2022? Is it the vibe coming?
No, I'm not. It's just one at a time, man. I wish I could kind of play with that question, but it's genuinely like when you're kind of in this grind of a season and going through it, just kind of put your head down, put your blinders on, and just kind of trudge through it. And sometimes it's a little easier said than done. When things are going well, it's nice. You just kind of like rinse, repeat. Okay, I did what I wanted. Let's go to my bullpen and let's start again in a few days. When it's not like it was for the majority of the season, it's every day you come to the field with a new idea to try to find it, make it click. So I like this side of it more.
Bob said this is probably one of the more electric, clubhouses after a win. Obviously, what can you say about just what the atmosphere is like in here right after you guys won? You came in here to celebrate.
Yeah, obviously, it's an exciting win for us. It's an exciting win for a lot of guys. We got a lot of reasons. We got a lot of young guys that haven't quite experienced that atmosphere yet. So to come through in a big way like that, I think that's a big boost to a team that hasn't really proven ourselves. To kind of know that when those moments come along, which inevitably they will, there's big moments that are always going to come along if you want to make it to the playoffs, much less win in the playoffs, then you got to have the belief that you can succeed in those moments. And from top to bottom, it doesn't matter who it is at the plate, or in the field.
Justin, what's it been like working with Patrick Bailey this year? And how do you feel about him at the bat? You haven't probably the best he's been hitting all year.
Yeah, it's been great. I think there's another example of somebody who just kind of like kept at it and kept working his butt off and has found something to make it click here later in the season. And that's what you need to do if you want to be successful in this game. The same thing doesn't work year in and year out. It doesn't work month after month. Sometimes it does. Those are the best seasons. When it works for all 6 months, great. That's a great season. That's going to be a career year. But most of the time, it doesn't work, and you got to make adjustments along the way. And to see him make some big adjustments and see the fruits of those labors start to pay off here when we need him the most, it's impressive. It's great.
What's it like throwing to him?
Great. He's behind the plate was never a question. He's been one of the best in the game back there, and has really proven himself as such in a very short period of time. That's just kind of been like to be expected. Sad to say, but it's like hey, you come here and it's like, hey, he's one of the best in the game on the plate. He's been that.
JP comes out for.
Thank you.
Hey, I'm Ben Ross, Cron 4 sports reporter and anchor. Make sure to follow and subscribe Bay Area Sports Wrap, where I'm a contributor too.